Social activity of the ONCE Foundation in figures 2022. In 1988, ONCE set up the ONCE Foundation with the aim of supporting the associative movement and improving the quality of life of people living with disabilities. A total of 3,434 applications for project funding were received in fiscal year 2022 in response to the ONCE Foundation's calls for proposals, of which 2,584 were ultimately approved. Of the numerous projects to have been approved, 27% of the funding was delivered to individuals, 64% went to disability organisations, and 9% was awarded to own initiative programmes aimed at people with disabilities. A total of 1,017 entities devoted to people with disabilities received aid and assistance from the Foundation. To fulfil the mission entrusted to us, we have amassed a network of relationships with companies, public administrations and other entities, with some 200 agreements signed. A total of 323,645 people with disabilities are adhered to our job centre, which is managed by Inserta. Of these, 115,921 already have jobs, while 207,724 are currently unemployed. Our professionals reached out to 30,946 people with disabilities last year alone. As labour market intermediaries in 2022, a total of 12,250 job offers were received during the period, with 28,367 jobs up for grabs, for which 52,682 people with disabilities applied. There were 11,824 jobs created for people with disabilities, in addition to the 4,345 job placements carried out for the ONCE Social Group. Aside from the total number of jobs created, we helped 120 entrepreneurs get their projects off the ground, while also supporting the creation of 447 job positions. Of the total jobs promoted, 42.8% went to individuals with physical disabilities, 18.8% to those with psychosocial disabilities, 17% to those with intellectual disabilities, 8% to those with hearing disabilities, and 11% to those with other forms of disability, while the remaining 2.4% went to people with visual disabilities. Women accounted for 46.4% of the jobs taken up, while 19.7% went to young people. At our job centre, we have been working hard since 2017 to spot cases of women with disabilities who are also victims of gender-based violence, having identified a total of 4,953 such cases by the end of 2022, up 1,230 on the previous year. In 2022, a total of 642 women benefited from the various types of support and aid available under the Employment's Guidance Services, and a total of 259 contracts were signed during the period. Training is a key element in achieving the full inclusion of people with disabilities. We trained no fewer than 20,240 people during the period, with 19,283 of them completing vocational training and 957 receiving lifelong training. We awarded 1,071 grants to people with disabilities, of whom 643 were under 30 years of age. As for their educational profile, they were predominantly university students. Of this total number, 255 young university students with disabilities were able to complete academic internships under the CRUE program of the ONCE Foundation. We also awarded 110 grants and scholarships as part of the Opportunity for Talent initiative, and 44 disabled university students received training in digital technologies under the RADIA program. Thanks to our commitment, 409 young people with intellectual disabilities were able to go to university, thanks to the Uni-Diversity program, in which 30 universities have now taken part. A total of 49 scholarships for excellence and language studies were awarded, along with 27 grants to promote employment in the public sector. Further highlights include the Inclusive Campus program, in which 110 young people with disabilities took part. The initiative aims to reduce the early academic dropout rate and is now running at 12 universities. As the organisation tasked with managing the Queen Letizia Aid Programme of the Royal Board on Disability, in 2022 the ONCE Foundation processed and managed the 1,412 grants awarded at the end of 2021 under the second edition of the programme, for which a total of 944 people with disabilities applied. In addition, 67 grants and scholarships were handed out in 2022 under the Digital Talent Programme. A total of 5,558 people with disabilities have succeeded in improving their digital skills under this initiative, through which 887 courses have been delivered so far. Women accounted for 48% of the total beneficiaries, with men making up the remaining 52%. Notably, 57% of the students to have taken part in this initiative are between 45 and 64 years of age, followed by people aged between 30 and 44, 29%, and last but not least, those aged under 30, 13%. Another aspect we're working to improve is accessibility. Indeed, 1,209 projects were green-lighted in 2022 with the aim of improving personal autonomy. A total of 84 agreements were signed with various entities and institutions, both public and private. We carried out 36 research studies projects in the realm of society and science and produced 165 reports on universal accessibility. We also staged 24 accessibility courses and events, along with 98 other awareness-raising campaigns and actions. Between them, these events attracted upwards of 24,150 attendees. There were some 94,200 downloads of the Medicamento Accessible Plus app during 2022. There were 2,947 online downloads of ONCE Foundation articles and other publications on accessibility. By year-end 2022, there had been 19,483 views on YouTube of accessibility-related content generated and posted by the ONCE Foundation. Support for the acquisition of 178 adapted transport vehicles for both group travel and individual use. Work went ahead on 37 innovation projects, including Access Jobs, Access Robots, Cloned Voices and GOSSA, among others. The Accessibilitas portal, which the ONCE Foundation runs alongside the Royal Board on Disability, counted 19,182 users who visited more than 59,700 pages. The Foundation's accessibility actions have led to 2,211 appearances in the press and media. The 8th Biennial of Contemporary Art of the ONCE Foundation also took place in 2022 under the title Women and Disability, attracting more than 267,000 visitors. At the end of the year, the ONCE Foundation received notice that the European Commission had entrusted it with the management of Accessible EU, the European Accessibility Resource Centre, a key initiative as part of the European Commission strategy for the rights of people with disabilities 2021 to 2030 in Europe. The task of managing this Accessibility Resource Centre within Europe will run throughout 2023 and will be extended for a further 3 years. Last but not least, the ONCE Foundation's volunteering unit comprised a total of 950 volunteers at year-end 2022, who between them carried out 506 actions throughout the period. Because we believe in transparency and our facts and figures are endorsed by recognised entities such as EY and PwC. We have a budget of 118 million euros, with our main source of income being the contributions we receive from our founder, ONCE, together with our alliance with the European Social Fund and contributions from other institutions. The ONCE Foundation, our engine, the enthusiasm, and our energy, the talent of people.